All right, Chuck, made this video just for you, buddy, um, and anyone else that wants to, watch as far as the price. One thing I wanted to let you know up front is, it's hard to predict price, okay, because there's multiple variables that come into play, like circulating supply, um, that and how much is left out there available, right, to be traded, and volume. So volume and circulating supply play two major parts in what price will do. So those are two key factors to watch. And then another thing to pay attention to is one, we don't know if it's going to move up, and that's for the reason the video that I made earlier today showing you if it breaks down or if it holds the key level of support, which is right around 0.020 or 0.021. So we have to pay attention and watch those things along with the EMA before we know where we're going as far as the price. Now, you asked me, how high can this go? Dependent on volume and what's available on exchanges, if the supply that's available dwindles enough, we can go into what's called a supply shock. And if volume increases, price can be very volatile. What that means is it can literally just explode. Okay, and that no one can really predict that. The only way that you can see some of these things is by knowing what is on all of the exchanges and what's being held in everyone's wallets. And if you know those numbers, then that can help you identify how many coins are actually available to be purchased on the market. And for example, 50 billion, and we know 40 billion is locked up in wallets on centralized exchanges or decentralized, which is like wallets, custodial wallets, then we can say that only 10% is left out there. And then if that's the case, and if volume picks up, we can literally see the price just explode. Now, what you're looking at here is just a theory. Remember, a theory. This is not proven. This is just me pulling information based off historical data of what we've seen on how Jasmy moves. Okay. Now, this is not financial advice. Okay. This is just for you and my thoughts. You asked, this is me giving it. Okay. So, what I've seen from the time we moved up in the first move back in 23, it moved up 652%. Okay. And when it moved up 652%, that was from the low until we came up and made a new high. Okay. And then it came back down and it made a new low as support, which was right around 0.015. Okay. The next move up, it went up 195%. Okay. And then it came back down. It retested that support. And then it moved back up 293%, which was the last increase we just had. Now, how does that play into what the price can be in the future? Well, what I did is I drew it out here for you. Okay. So from the very bottom, the first lift up, it went up 529%. Taking in theory the same amount of the very bottom, if we were to remove this and just say this was the movement up, okay, then it went up 1,032%, a difference from the first move to the second move of 500%. If we did the same thing with this move, we removed this, and let's say this is just the big increase here, it went up 1,500%, a difference from this one and this one by 500%. Again, there's a mathematical formula there that we can obviously see playing out on Jasmy. It is moving up 500% from the all-time low to making a new high. 500% each move. So how do we calculate that into what we can expect in the next move up if we hold the key level of support and we break through the resistance? If we hold the key level of support, which is 0.020, we move up and break above 0.031, it's very possible that we see 0.078 as the next top, okay, before it corrects. Now, keep in mind, as the coins and the volume increases, it can very easily break through 0.078 and go up to 0.12. This is the time where it moves up. You have to pay attention because other variables come into play, right, for when that top is in. I can't tell you that. Nobody in crypto can tell you when a top is in, okay? Unless they are actively engaging the charts at that minute by minute, 5 minute chart, 10 minute, 1 hour chart, and watching key indicators that tell them the top is in. And no one can predict that beforehand. It is impossible. And if they are, do not follow them. Do not follow them. They are misleading you. Okay? And influencers will do this and say it's going this high. We don't know that for a fact. I do not like giving these prices because I don't have the information, enough information to make an accurate prediction. The only way I can make a prediction without emotion is what I just showed you. It moved up 500% on the first leg. We remove that out. The next leg went up 1,000%. Remove that out. The next leg up went 1,500. So we see a trend, 500% with each move. So what can we expect on the next move up? If we go from all-time low to the all-time high, another 500%, because that is what the chart is showing. And that is what I'm laying out here. And you can see it lands right in this purple box, 0.078. Can it go higher? Yes, it can. Can it not hit this? It's very possible. But the chart is showing this is what is achievable. A realistic target based on the previous trends. That's all I can show you. And it's all dependent on what happens with our key level of support at 0.020. I hope this gives some clarity with what you asked. This is what the chart is showing. Again, there are variables that can influence this price: volume and circulating supply. Those two we can't know until we begin the move up and you are watching the charts actively, let me say, watching the charts to see where the sell points will be triggered based on technical analysis that tells you when the top is in. I hope this helps, Chuck. I do. I really hope this helps. That's all I got for you, buddy. If you have any other questions, feel free to message me. I will try to answer to the best of my ability with what I've seen and with what the charts are showing so I can break it down and give it to you. All right?